Welcome to Idiot Salad, the greatest bowl of stupidity since 1893. I'm your host, or we're your hosts. I'm Kyler Gia, and
Alex Sundstrom.
And today we'll be talking about movies.
Sequels, specifically.
Specifically sequels.
For our second episode, we're going to be talking about sequels.
Welcome to the sequel.
But
basically, as of recent news, new Disney premiere stuff and timeline showings is completely whack, and there's no original ideas anymore.
Yeah, I looked up how many movie sequels are coming out just this year, and there's 3 rows on Google.
Exactly.
That's insane.
It seems Hollywood has spent a lot of their time just putting their ideas into just revamping old ideas, you know?
Yeah, there's more sequels out currently than I think original movies, and they're also more popular than original movies. They get talked about more just because they've been so long awaited, but they're not that great.
Exactly. The hype between Despicable Me 4 into its release, it was honestly, the hype was there. There was so much hype with that movie. And honestly, I was with it too, because I was like, oh my gosh, Despicable Me 4, I'm sure it's not going to do well, but I'm really excited for it. Lo and behold, it was terrible.
It was in theaters for a really long time. I think it's still in theaters, as a matter of fact, but it's mostly just children, little children that are watching it.
Yeah.
I liked Deadpool Wolverine, which is technically a sequel.
No, it's a trilogy thing.
Threequel or tenquel? Because it's the 10th Wolverine movie.
Yeah, 10th Wolverine movie.
Yeah, if you want to look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
The Snow White were also remakes. Remakes are also a thing.
Yeah, the Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch. That one was ugly looking. I'm not excited for that one.
The animation, I think, where they try to make it look realistic, kind of destroys the popularity.
Yeah.
Minecraft movie. That looks terrible.
Disney hasn't learned their lesson the first 8 times they did a live action remake.
Yeah.
The Lion King didn't do well. I'm pretty sure there's a remake for Cinderella, The Little Mermaid. What else?
Snow White's coming out. That's doing poorly already because the actress, Rachel Ziegler.
I don't know. Well,
I'm correct. Don't worry. She's making the movie a big deal, but they aren't taking the exact same story. They're taking the story and making it visually look the same with the costumes and the setting, but the actress doesn't like that the prince was a stalker, so she's saying that he might not even be in the movie, and that's a little bit insane.
Is romance not a thing anymore in movies? Is it a woman falls in love with a man? No, the man's actually a creep, so we're just gonna have the women do independent stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for women's doing cool things in movies, right? Ellie from The Last of Us. That TV show was pretty good. I'm pretty sure you haven't watched it yet, but it's a good show. You should give it a watch. But she was an amazing, well-written character, and it's female-led characters can be really good too. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head right now.
Well, I think that the Disney princesses do fine being lead characters, but it is a romantic story. So the fact that there's romance in it does not take away from the fact that they are, it's a good story still, you know?
Exactly.
They don't need to be a hero to be the hero of their story.
Oh, yeah, I can best see that in, the Mulan remake, where, the first one was, she was learning, or she was wanting to become a man to prove to her village that she can, fight and stuff. And then the next movie, the remake, is just, girl power. I'm a girl, which means I can do anything.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes. There isn't, in the first Mulan, it's just, she has to train and, do all the hard stuff, and she has to, keep her identity hidden. And the second one, it's just, I can swing a sword, and that makes me cool.
Yep, and I'm a girl now. I'm a girl for real.
Yeah.
That means swinging a sword is just more epic. I think sequels either need to be planned out before the first movie comes out. If you're going to make a movie, like the Harry Potter movies, that was supposed to be an 8-movie thing. And that's why all of them are good, because it was an overall storyline. in each individual thing. It's like a television show. You have the season and you have the episodes. If you make a movie and then want more money, then the sequel's not going to be as good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't make a sequel if you don't plan on making a sequel, because then you're just throwing stuff at a wall.
Yeah.
And honestly, it all becomes cliche when you don't have an idea.
Yeah, if the story's concluded, there should not be, actually, there was some more going on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Finish a movie or don't finish it.
Yeah. There should never be any stuff. I mean, there's just so many more examples, but all I can think of right now is Despicable Me 4 and Kung Fu Panda 4.
Which I have not seen either of.
But, yeah, both of them were just kind of terrible. Not terrible. The characters were still there. They just weren't fleshed out as much as the other movies did. And they just ended up being flat and boring. And the only way they actually got any sort of, like, people coming back is the promise that they will have returning characters, which they did for 4 seconds with barely any, like, plot relevance, just so that way fans could be like, they were there.
Yeah, I think that okay, I got two thoughts, right? I think that the sequels think that they did all the character development in the first movie, so they don't do any of it in the next ones. You know? Mm-hmm. This is the character, and now they're just in a different situation, and they don't grow as a character at all. Mm-hmm. And I also think that a lot of the sequels just, I don't know if you saw Coming to America with Eddie Murphy and...
Oh, no, I have seen that one. I have seen
they
that
made a sequel, and it is the exact same movie. The same gags, the same sort of situation, and it was just a money grab for the people who watched the original movie as like a, hey, we remember you.
Yep.
We haven't forgot about you. Here's some references. And I think that's lazy writing.
I can point out a couple of those things as well. Like, I'm not going to go into too much depth, but like Dumb and Dumber 2, Beetlejuice 2, there's some other movies. I can't really think of them right now. Anyways, all I'm saying is, or all we're saying is Hollywood has gotten lazy, and there's time for people. Now is the right time for people to step up and like take a change and just, start adding their own kind of movies.
I think that everybody's scared too.
Yeah.
Because what can you name an original movie that's come out this year?
I mean, not a popular original movie, but I can definitely probably like name like an indie movie. Yeah, there's no blockbuster films that are like completely original.
Yeah, every single blockbuster where everybody's like, oh, I can't wait for this movie to come out has been a sequel or a remake.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's all the time we have today. It may have been a short little podcast, but next week we should be returning to a longer kind of format. We'll see where it takes us. Today has been pretty jam-packed, but we'll get back to you. We hope you enjoyed. I'm excited for Zootopia 2. That's the only sequel I'm excited for right now. I just wanted to mention that real quick. Anyways, it has been a pleasure talking to you.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, my friend.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Peace.